tonight we're going to the Magic Kingdom. Hello and welcome to Here's Your Apology. I'm your host, Nate, and with me, as always, is Levi Garcia. Levi, what do you brought something today?
Yes.
What'd you bring? What is this?
So my wife, she does branding. She creates brands for companies, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of the companies that need those branding are like nutritionists or like natural type of remedy type of companies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so she gets a lot of different kinds of inquiries. So this was one of her more recent inquiries. It's a company out in Canada who sells microdosing magic mushrooms.
Okay.
And so part of like meeting my wife, they sent us some sample packs. And so tonight we figured, let's try them out.
Let's ride.
It's for microdosing, so it's not like meant to like really send you on a trip. Some of them are, I mean, they are like magic mushrooms, but just like a little amount. So like some of them, if you take enough, you would. But this is just meant to like get you in like a, you know how they like are like, they're like suggesting them for therapy and stuff like that. Yeah. And like, it's kind of like a natural depression, anxiety remedy.
It'll whip you right out of that depression.
Yeah. So have you ever done mushrooms before?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Like a good trip? Like
Yeah, I was like 5 or 6.
Okay, so like a good trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Cause I've done like what was like I thought was a tea. They told me it was a tea, and then after
tasted like a foot.
After the fact, I talked to people who were also there about it. I'm like, yeah, remember that mushroom tea we drank? And they're like, that wasn't mushroom.
That was That was squirrel shit.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So like, I don't think I've ever done mushrooms or like.
Was it ayahuasca? Did you do ayahuasca?
No, I don't know what it was. They told me it was mushrooms, so I'm sticking by that. But
okay. Ayahuasca comes in like a tea. It's like a mud.
Yeah, I was just at someone's house at a party. They made it in a pot. They just like boiled this. I didn't see what it was in the pot, you know? And then they had to like strain it out.
Yeah.
And I felt just kind of like heavy and like kind of content.
Was it soup?
But then, yeah, just really
hearty.
Yeah,
it was a stew.
But then I took it and like things at the party started going crazy. Like people started fighting and throwing each other's things into the bonfire, and like people are burning things that don't need to be burned. Like there's a tent that's in the fire now, and it just got so intense. Like someone ripped off someone's shirt and put it in the fire. And then the guy picks it up, running around and I'm just like, okay, this isn't where I want to be right now.
Wow.
And so I left.
Hollywood's wild.
So I don't really even know what I consumed. They told me, I thought it was mushrooms. But this will be the test because this is just like a little amount, which will be like what I had taken. So if it feels similar, then maybe.
It seems like they have really calming names too. Like anybody who has like reservations about doing mushrooms or psilocybin or whatever.
Right.
Like, okay, so we're starting off with, we got Heal, right? We got Heal. And it says 100 milligrams, magic microdose. Like it's
100 milligrams.
You know, it says, this sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
2 stress soothing, adaptogens in the, adaptogens.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Not an adopt.
Yeah, my apologies, Brett Weinstein. All you academics out there
yeah.
who are listening to me read off the magic mushroom lady. Heal is intended to create a relaxed and compressed state of mind, as well as promote rest and healing. Sounds nice, right?
Yeah. There's Enhance that is like I'm guessing like their Adderall alternative. It's supposed to help you focus and high energy for working and stuff like that.
It's for boners, Levi. It's called Enhance.
And then the ones that we're trying tonight, I'm going to try these gummies, which are supposed to be a little quicker acting, I think. And it's 500 milligrams, but I'm going to take half. And then it says like, if you're a beginner, take half. And then after like a half hour, take the other half if you don't feel like you're gonna pass out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
You know what's the?
If you don't feel like you could get away with robbing a bank half an hour,
Yeah, take the other.
take another one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take this, and then the one that you want to take. It's called Journey, and that's like it says on the package that's for experienced microdosers. So like I don't know what that means.
I'm not
Because
experienced.
technically 2 of those is 400 milligrams, and 1 of these is 500. So it's like a little bit less, you
Right.
know. So I don't know.
But it's supposed to be more intense.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It just has different mushrooms in it. That one specifically on the back says psilocybin,
Yeah.
and this is a blend of medicinal mushrooms.
Medicinal mushrooms could be anything. Could be
Exactly.
portobellos.
Exactly. I don't know.
Like they have medicinal properties, right?
This
like
one says
fungus, like some sort of weird mushroom.
this one's supposed to give you an elevated mood, enhanced energy, vivid visuals, and auditory sensations. So, you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Cheers.
You nervous?
No.
Well, you've taken mushrooms. You kind of know what to expect.
Not from this though. This is like professional mushroom.
Right. These are like the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also microdose, so you're not getting like, you know, you're not going to
It's not like
trip.
Yeah.
You might just feel, and that's the thing I read about microdosing. It's like, it's supposed to be more like when you have a headache and you take ibuprofen. You know how you take ibuprofen and like you don't feel it, but you don't have a headache?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be more like that for microdosing, where it's like there's like stress or whatever you're dealing with.
Mhm.
It's like it just takes it away versus like I feel, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you take enough, obviously you'll feel it.
Yeah. Like any other.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as microdosing is supposed to go, it's supposed to just be an amount that takes the edge off.
And we're supposed to not abuse Adderall.
Yeah. Here we go. This is. Yeah.
Whoa!
How many are you taking? 2?
Yeah.
I'm only gonna take half. I'll start with 2/3.
Eat the whole thing.
It's 500. That's more than what you're taking.
Yeah, but it's a different thing. I have more.
It's the
I have
same.
psilocybin.
So does this. It has
Okay.
500 milligrams. Yours only has 400. So I'll eat 2/3 of this. So I'm at like 350.
Eat the whole thing.
No, it's too.
You don't even know. Okay, how do you know the 350 is like evenly dispersed throughout the thing?
I don't.
Yeah. So what if you eat?
I read online that 200 to 500 milligrams is for a creative dose. Anything above that gets you into the dicey territory of like, am I tripping? Am I not?
After what?
500 milligrams.
After 500?
Yeah, they say 2 to 500 is like a creative dose, which is kind of what I'm.
All right,
looking
I'm
for.
gonna do what you do then.
You're gonna take one and then.
Yeah, slow walk my way
I mean,
into
you can
magic
do whatever-
mushrooms.
You can do whatever you want.
No, this is your.
Take both.
I'm probably will.
Then just do it. I don't know. It feels like these I feel like are for quicker acting. Those might take a while to hit.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, I'll take like 2/3 of it.
Who does the 2/3 mushroom?
That's most of it. Oh man, these are good.
You gotta finish it if it's good.
These are tasty.
They sound good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does it say?
As far as candy goes, I would eat these just as candy.
Do not mix with alcohol.
Does it say that?
No. Taking multiple capsules can give access to full psychedelic experiences. I'm glad I took 3.
That one you have to take at least 10, I think, to get there.
Yeah.
Should I just eat this whole thing? Now that I had part of it, I'm like, it's so good. I don't mind eating the whole thing. But I'll wait.
I've been advocating that you eat the whole thing.
I know, but you just said no.
I know. I was kidding. Why would I be like, yeah? And then when you ask, be like, nah.
Well, if you just said yes, I would have done it.
Yes.
But now you said no. Now I'm nervous.
All right. It ain't shit. You should just fucking do it.
All right, let's just do it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna finish it. You take another one? You took 2 already or no?
No, I took 1.
So then, well, initial review, the gummy is delicious.
And the pills taste like my multivitamin.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll just continue on and see how it goes. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe we'll just be
Yeah, maybe nothing will happen.
I've bought like functional mushroom capsules before.
Okay.
Just a bunch of lion's mane and things that are supposed to be good for you. And it was a bit of a disappointment because I was hoping at least to
Lion's
feel
mane.
a little bit of like an uplifting feeling, But so we'll see. We'll keep going with the podcast and check in.
We're going to check in. Do you feel anything yet? It's been what, 5 minutes?
I feel like the only thing I feel is like the anxiety and excitement kind of inside of me that
before the drug kicks in.
Yeah. Like I don't know what it's gonna, like so part of me feels like, I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. But I know.
It's almost like Christmas for adults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Santa's
the excitement.
coming.
Yes.
You don't know when he's gonna get here.
Yeah.
While we wait, let's get into our first story here.
Yeah.
Which is a little concerning just because I don't know anything about science. So apparently the Earth's core.
Do you think our audience was confused about either one of us?
What?
Do you think our audience looks at us and goes,
Science
guys.
them's got to know something. Yeah.
Yeah. Levi definitely, you actually do look like you know science. So
Okay.
that is a good thing that you prefaced.
My grandfather was a chemist, so if
Oh,
that
yeah.
if that gets transferred via DNA, then I am a scientist.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it's a little concerning. The Earth's inner core has appeared to stop spinning.
What?
And my only context for this is the movie The Core. Did you ever see that movie? Hilary Swank.
Long time ago? 90s?
Probably early 2000s, I would guess. But basically, the core of the Earth stops spinning, and they have to go and like restart it by hitting a bunch of nuke. Like they go in this like special submarine that lets them swim around the magma or whatever.
That's right.
And then they set off a bunch of nukes to like get it spinning again. Yeah. So that's all I really have to go off of when I hear the Earth's core has stopped spinning. But these scientists seem to say that it's not a big deal, which totally ruins that movie for me.
Yeah, it also ruins science. Hey, the core of the Earth has stopped spinning. Not a big deal.
Yeah, literally nothing's happened. Most of you didn't notice.
Yeah. And it's not like we're going to stop or anything. We don't even, okay, I'm going to level with everyone. We don't know if there's a core to the Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
The deeper down you swim in a lake, the colder it gets. So
yeah,
we don't really know. The Earth could be flat.
Yeah. Well, TikTok wants me to believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
I get nothing but flat Earth content.
Yeah.
But I've never once like engaged with it ever. Like I'm not like, what's this test they did that proved it was flat? Anytime I see it, I'm like,
next.
Okay.
Yeah. Same shit.
And so maybe because that flat Earth stuff's becoming more popular, they're trying to combat it with real science. Like,
okay.
Well, if the Earth was flat, how come the mantle stopped or the core stopped spinning?
That's so funny.
We can measure it. Seismic activities. You know?
It's all magic.
It seems like BS to me. It seems like the same way they like carbon date things and they can tell how old it is. I'm like, oh, really? That rock? You could tell how old that rock is?
Yep. The carbon told us.
Yeah. Shouldn't that rock be however old the Earth is?
It is. It's
because
400 billion million years old.
Matter can't be created or destroyed, so it should be everything on Earth should be the same age if we really get down to the details of it, you know?
Yeah.
This just feels like listen, we did the experiments, we did the seismic tests, and we know that the Earth stopped spinning. Like, how do they know?
Yeah. And how do we know that they know?
Exactly.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Like they might know, they might not know, but we need to know if they know or not.
Right. And if they're going to come out and say something like it did stop, tell us how you got there.
Yeah.
You
Walk
know?
me through it a little bit.
Do your best to like dumb it down for someone like me. You know, we're out here just trying to spread the government's message that the Earth is a globe.
It is a globe.
We don't need our citizens thinking it's flat because... well, we don't know what that might do. Like, you know.
We don't want to start a panic.
That always, yeah. Have you ever looked into the flat Earth stuff?
Not with any series. I think I started when all like Kyrie was making a big deal about it.
Yeah.
And then maybe Kanye or somebody.
Yeah.
And I watched a Netflix documentary, about 15 minutes of a Netflix documentary.
About Flat Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, really? They made a Netflix.
It was disproven in the first like 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. They ran some experiment.
Right.
The flat earthers did.
Yeah.
And if the earth is round, the laser won't be.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw that video.
And I was like.
And they're like, oh. Well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I turned it off and never looked at it again. I was like, this is on Netflix.
Uh-huh. I will say, I'm not convinced, but because I saw those experiments too, and I'm like, okay, it's idiots, like these guys are idiots, obviously, But the more things that TikTok feeds me, it zeroes in on where you might doubt them. They're like, right. Oh, you think because of the moon and the sun and the orb, like all this, and they're like, well, look at this, and I'm like,
I've never looked at that.
I mean, I see what you're saying, Yeah. I mean, what you're saying does make it seem a little fishy, you know?
I see how you got there.
Yeah. The most convincing one for me is that it might be a flat earth, but we're covered in a dome. And the way they do experiments to show that we are is by having a light source like the sun, how it falls over the continents. It can only be created with a half dome versus like a ball. They do the same one, and it's like wrong the way the sun is supposed to fall onto the earth.
Yeah.
If anything was gonna be true about flat Earth, it would be that we're in a dome and not on a ball, But I can't get there. I just can't.
I mean, gravity would make more sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Because to me, the only thing that doesn't make sense about gravity and centrifugal force is like when something spins,
it's the perpetual motion.
Things fly off of it, right? Like if I take a scrub brush out of my sink and twirl it in my hands,
right?
Everybody's getting wet,
right?
Everybody's getting wet.
Whatever force field around the earth that's keeping clouds and stuff in, that's probably what's pushing us down, right? Or like keeping us in.
I'm not a
Even
scientist.
If we are, I don't know. Regardless, I don't need to know. It doesn't make a difference to me. You know?
I'm not narrating any.
Some people who find out the earth is flat, it's like if they truly believe the earth is flat, it's world shattering, right? But even if I found out it was flat, I would, okay.
Yeah, now what?
Yeah, it changes nothing.
Yeah. Do I make shirts or what?
Yeah, like, what's the end goal here? Like, okay, now we all believe it's flat.
Well, then our then it would be kind of crazy because our understanding of the universe is completely skewed, right? Like,
yeah.
Now I'm asking questions about our universe instead of like how to get out of debt. You know what I mean? I should focus on.
You think that would be like the result, a negative result of people believing the earth was flat?
Yeah, they're like, we don't need look. In the age of social media, we don't need more people asking more questions. We need less questions.
Let's leave it to the experts.
Yeah.
Leave it to the scientists.
Remember back in like the 50s when people just fucking believed what they were told?
Yeah.
The media told you that Kennedy was assassinated by a gunman.
Yeah, but that's when people had integrity.
They believed it.
Yeah. Or at least you thought people had integrity.
Yeah.
You know? And now you can't believe anything.
Nothing. So we got tons of questions. Yeah. Now they come out with the earth is flat.
Right. But scientists are like, no, actually the earth is round and it stopped spinning.
And we've stopped spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you weren't worried about the future of our planet already.
I mean, to be honest, if I was God, which I'm not.
Just to clarify. Not God. Also not God.
Or a scientist.
Not
scientist.
In case there was any confusion. Not God.
Not God.
Not scientist.
However.
Related to a scientist.
Yeah.
Related to God.
If I was like the agnostic God, right? Like the set things in motion, back off, see what happens, God.
Yeah.
I would see where I was at in this human experiment, right? I would check in.
Yeah.
And I would go, nope.
Next.
Yeah.
Start over.
Yeah. Crush that bubble quick. You know what I mean? I would take this Earth and I would make it stop spinning fast.
Click.
They're licking each other's buttholes.
Yeah.
I'll put the brakes on that core.
Yeah.
You know?
But apparently that does nothing. So, nice try, God. It's like, that Heather McDonald, when she's like, triple vaxxed and I still get my period. And then just passes out.
When I first saw that, I was like, that's the funniest bit Heather McDonald's ever done.
It was unbelievably perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even as
that's how I know there's a God.
Yeah, even watching it as like as a video, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was serious. And then I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
It's serious? And then it became even more funny.
Yeah. I don't mean to brag. I don't care. But I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
Some people just need to learn their fucking lesson.
You know? As long as it didn't take her out, she knows better.
Taught by the Lord himself. Just the best timing. Shout out Heather McDonald.
Part of the reason, I feel like we've made a lot of assumptions, or scientists have, like, made a lot of assumptions about how things work in the world.
Yeah.
I could have sworn the spinning core had something to do with gravity.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was taught.
Isn't that kind of like what's creating the electromagnetic whatever?
Yeah.
And then you see like clips of Neil deGrasse Tyson saying, we don't know what gravity is. Like they literally,
right.
We don't know. So like now the core stopped and we still got gravity. Nothing bad's happened. So, you know, now it's even more confusing.
Yeah. But just as a side note too, if I could advise the science community, stop going on podcasts. Like they need to quit, because I see Neil deGrasse Tyson on one podcast talking about the vastness of the universe, and I'm blown away at his brilliance. He's just so intelligent.
Right.
And
great presenter, great talker.
Yeah. Yeah, even for a nerd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially for a nerd.
That's why they put him out in front. You know?
Right. And but then I see him on other podcasts crying about the vaccine and literally throwing a tantrum.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I need to stop
too.
listening to this guy.
I know.
Because right or wrong, you sound like a fucking baby.
Exactly. He's approaching it from a very defensive place. Mm-hmm. And so even if he's right, it feels like he's wrong.
Yeah, because
because everyone, I saw that interview on the PDB, whatever that podcast is. PBD. I don't remember. Anyways, I saw him on there and they were like pressing him about the vaccine a little bit and being like, yeah, but people think this, da-da-da. And he's just like, are you, gets so upset about it. And one of the things was like, you know, because it really wasn't tested. And he's like, it was tested. I hate when people say it wasn't tested. Maybe it wasn't tested on enough people for you. He's like, and it was tested on like 1,000 people. Yeah, that's not enough for 8 billion people to like just trust it. Oh, it worked on 1,000. Cool, let's roll it out and say it was tested. Because that was his thing. It's like, it was tested. Like he was so upset that people were like, this was like an experiment.
There were tests before it was released.
9 months is not a long time to test.
No, but it was tested.
Yeah, but 9 months. The average is 30. The average is 5 to 10 years. I mean, 9 months is not enough.
Okay, so you have to say
test.
No. You have to ask. Hold on, it was tested in trials. Okay. By the way, I'm not claiming to be the expert on all this. I read all the same things you have, but I'm a scientist, so I read it as a scientist. Okay. Yes, it was tested. For you to say it wasn't tested is a gap between your awareness and understanding how things work and what actually happened. It was tested. If you want it to be tested on millions of people instead of thousands, you can put in for that. You can say, I don't want this unless it's millions.
Like, just couldn't understand. And that made me like, not like him for a sec.
Because scientists are supposed to operate on a level of robotic, like almost sociopathic like
information.
Yep.
Yeah,
like Lex Friedman.
Yeah, exactly.
No emotion, complete
Here's the
utter
facts.
cyborg.
Here's the data.
And then you have Neil deGrasse Tyson crying about the vaccine and being defensive. It's like, if he wasn't emotional and he just stated statistics and facts and data and stuff like that, I might listen. But the fact that he was like throwing a fit about that, anything he says about the Earth's core and gravity, I'm like, nah,
not buying it anymore.
I'm not listening to this little bitch.
Yeah.
I don't get my science facts from bitches.
That's right. I know. That's why I stopped listening to Bill Nye.
Yeah, fuck
years
Bill Nye.
ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I liked Bill Nye growing up.
He's a dildo in a trench coat.
And then he started putting out stuff on Netflix that I'm like, okay, you're just a fame whore. And that's the problem with these nerds who get famous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
you're a nerd. You're just really popular for being really smart.
Yep.
And you have been your whole life.
Yeah.
But you're not really popular for like being someone who people want to be like, be around, any of that stuff. You know, it's literally just like, we need information. That's like your value, right? Which is, you know, good for you if you can get it. But also, like, once you stop knowing things, nobody cares about you.
Yeah, and I don't give a shit if you cuss.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm appealing to the younger.
I'm the cool scientist.
Yeah.
I say fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shut up.
Exactly.
Shut up. I don't need to listen to Bill Nye talk about transgender penises on fucking Price is Right or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Stop it. The public needs to ask less questions, but we need to get rid of these fucking scientists
who aren't willing to answer the questions. Just like, it was tested. You know, it's like it was tested.
It was tested.
Yeah. Now that I've seen him throw that fit, the passion in which he talks about all his other stuff feels like he's like, you just don't get it. Yeah. You know, like that's what it feels like, because now he's shown that side where what he really thinks of the people who don't understand science the way he understands it, and then don't, like, A, they don't understand it the way he understands it, and then B, when he tells it to them, they have questions.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't think I've thought about that? you know, like,
you're like, calm the fuck down, man.
Like, just because you know doesn't mean that I don't got some questions.
I could see him as a little kid being disrespectful to his parents.
Oh, for sure.
Neil deGrasse Tyson,
he is a know-it-all.
He will cry over chips at the supermarket at 5 years old, at 10 years old. He, like, his mom said no about Cheetos, and he would flip out,
and then create some theory as to why he deserved them.
Yeah, and then plot like something bad for his mom to run into at home or something, you know?
Because every time I do see him on a podcast, he is just like a know-it-all, which I get. Like, he's a nerd, he knows a lot of things, but like, even on Joe Rogan, when Joe's like brings up a thing, anything, he'll be so disagreeable in a way that he's like acting like he's acting like he's being agreeable. Like, yeah, that's interesting, but actually, you know, the way that this is the real interesting part about that, you know, like, he'll like Joe said something about how like infinity, he brought up infinity, and he goes, well, actually, did you know that infinity is not the biggest number? And then he has some like all right, abstract theory, like mathematical theory, that it's like, okay, well, I guess if we look at it like that, you know, it's like, then sure, infinity's not the biggest number. Yeah. But again,
double infinity is the biggest number.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone knows that.
If you put an integer on infinity, you know, like, he'll come at you with like just being disagreeable, but with like interesting information. But now that I've seen him throw that fit, I just see it as disagreeability. Like, just let it go. Yeah. It's like, it doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
He just wants to like, well, actually,
he wants to be the actual
impress
guy.
you with like a scientific thing that you didn't know, like, you know, and that's how he gets.
Yep.
Like, to him, that's validation.
Yeah, he's
as a person.
Yes,
that makes it feel good to be like,
yeah,
and then everyone's like, what? Like, I didn't know that about science.
Wow, you're so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the science one-upper.
100%.
Like, someone will want to, like you were saying, if Joe brings up infinity,
Yeah.
he's got to bring up double infinity.
Exactly. And Bill Nye's the science guy who's like this. What do you think?
Idiot.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's his attitude.
Yeah.
So it's like both these like scientists that are in the mainstream.
Bill Nye's not even a scientist.
That's right. He's an engineer.
Yes.
Turned kids show maker. Turned I pretend to be a scientist on Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know what this means. Okay. I've read this article and it's not any clearer.
Okay.
Basically, they're saying that the Earth's core, come to find out, they used to think it spun faster than the mantle. Now they found out, based off of this, every 70 years, it slows to almost a stop and switches direction. That's what they're saying.
Every 70 years.
Yeah.
The core of the earth.
So, like, it's going to slow and be mostly at a standstill until, like, 2040 or something like that. To where it'll speed up to be faster than the mantle again.
Oh, okay. And then it slows down?
Yeah, apparently it's just cyclical. And this just happens.
That's a dumb. I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying. Like,
it's not
I
dumb,
don't
but
feel
like,
we really know.
yeah, they're making shit up now, and they're trying to see what we just believe.
Yeah,
Like they believed the
It's like
coronavirus thing.
yeah,
See if we can throw the Earth's mantle thing in there.
we're really trying to get this apocalypse happening.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we're
gotta
trying to get the ball rolling on this thing. So let's just keep UFOs. You know, let's put all of it out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on.
Do you feel anything?
I feel a little. I mean, loose. You know. Yeah. It's that ibuprofen. Like I think. You know, like
Takes away the
I just feel like
angst.
I will say I keep getting heat flashes where I feel like I'm sweating, you know?
I just feel like I'm on.
But then I
fucking
kind of go
fire.
back to being cold.
Mm.
It's weird. But the whole time I kind of just feel
Even
even.
when
Yeah.
you're not burning or freezing,
yeah, I'm just like
I feel even. Okay.
even keel.
Okay.
Do you feel anything yet?
I don't know. I feel loose.
Loose.
I feel loose.
Yeah. I think that might be all that we feel based on the amount we took.
That's good.
If you want to feel more, you could take more.
I feel like I could take one more.
Do it. Based on what I took, I'm happy with it. It's real mild, but like I can sense just being like,
Shit.
you know, fine. Should I take more?
Yes.
You think it's gonna get more intense than it is at this level, or this is probably the peak of it at this point?
I think that's the peak.
Yeah. The flavor, amazing.
That good?
Yeah. Like honestly, I'm like so impressed by the flavor.
That's so awesome.
All right, let's wrap this thing up with an embarrassing moment from Kylie Jenner. I don't know if it was embarrassing or if it was planned. It was probably planned.
Oh, because we're going to be talking about it.
Yeah,
Good call.
because we're already going to be talking about, did you see Kylie Jenner with the giant lion head on her dress?
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, we're going to be talking about that. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
right? It's
Like-
like, oh, fashion, look. Grah, giant, just like pff, on her chest, right?
Yeah.
And then she's sitting in this fashion show, and the model walks out wearing the same dress with the same lion on it. But there's no way she accidentally wore the dress with the lion head on it to the fashion show that had the dress with the lion head in it. You
Yeah.
know, like there's no way.
It's the same fucking person made both dresses.
That's what
You
I'm,
don't-
yeah, you're gonna go to that fashion show and not expect the lion head to be coming down the.
That,
Come on.
And that person, if they didn't want that there, they would let you know. Like,
If they didn't want you there wearing it
right.
and it's about to come out on the runway,
Yeah.
yeah, they'd have
No,
been like, "Can you take that off, or can
Yeah.
you go sit somewhere else?"
Is it a real lion head?
No, it's faux. It's fake.
It's
There's no
a-
way they'd be able to get away with a
Two?
real lion. Yeah, 2 real lion heads.
They would. They're elite, man. I could see them coming out with the head of a kid.
Now people are already
Like just
pissed.
a belt
yeah, yeah.
with baby skulls.
They're already mad at her for the faux fur head.
How dare you even pretend?
Yeah. No, actually, this is the thing. They got mad at her, And then PETA stepped in.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They always do a world of
Exactly. This is like why it's so the way that the people who are outraged listen to their governing bodies is so like pathetic, but like this is it on perfect display. They were all upset despite it being faux fur, with some of the critics saying the design glamorized big game hunting, because everyone knows big game hunters love fashion.
Yeah.
Love fashion shows. However, PETA entered the chat yesterday with a statement saying that the looks celebrate the beauty of wild animals and may be a statement against trophy hunting, in which lions and wolves are torn apart to satisfy human egotism.
Yeah. PETA was
they're-
like, how do we get some of that Kardashian money?
Yeah, they're like,
How do we get some
no,
of that
no.
Jenner
This
money?
won't encourage it. This celebrates the actual animal and will discourage trophy hunters. Like the fact that it's an animal head in general is a trophy. Like think about
Right.
think about trophy hunters. It's all the heads of animals they've killed. Like the head itself. Maybe if it was like lion paws coming out of the shoulder or something then it's not a trophy.
It ain't a trophy.
But the head itself is a trophy.
Right.
If it was real, what would be the difference?
Right. What's
You know,
the
like-
fucking difference?
It's a lion's head. You want it to look as real as possible.
It looks like you killed a lion.
Yeah, like
And made
how
it.
are you not parading around a dead animal even though it's fake? You still are. So,
PETA just wants that Jenner money.
oh, for sure.
They want that lip money.
Yeah, and they're trying to like stifle down their absurdly like sensitive base, you know, like
Calm it down, guys. Calm it down,
like,
guys.
No, they're one of us.
They're-
They're cool. They're part of us.
Do you know how much they give? Do you know how much they give?
Yeah, yeah. It's fine. We said it's fine. It's appreciation of that culture. I mean,
Yeah.
of the animal.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like if they wore a headdress and like some Native American association came out and was like, actually, it's a celebration of our culture. It's not appropriation for all of you who got upset and automatically thought they were appropriating. We're here to tell you as the experts,
The official.
it's a celebration. Oh, it's not about the animal experts.
You're right.
Oh, it's not about trophy hunting. As the experts, we're here to tell you it's okay. This is a celebration. This dead animal on that fake, it's a fake dead animal. That fake dead animal is a celebration.
Yeah, and I find it funny that there's like a dollar amount between appropriation and celebration.
Yeah.
You know, if you're poor, it's appropriation.
Yeah, don't go to Halloween wearing that.
Yeah, you better.
You better not even dress up like a
You
lion.
better.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to see no lion costumes.
But if you're wealthy, it's celebration.
You know?
You're celebrating.
You want to dress like Osama bin Laden
You-
in brown face?
Yeah,
Go for it.
do it.
It'll
You-
be funny. You make an apology later, and it's all good. You have a good night.
You might even be elected king of Canada.
That's right. They like that kind of stuff in their leaders up there.
They do.
Yeah,
A 2-time convicted faker.
blackfacer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and that's just as bad as lion trophy faking,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I
It's
feel like
decent.
it's weird to have to be happy about somebody wearing something or to be upset about somebody wearing something.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah, the people who care are the worst people.
The people that care are the worst people.
In all regards.
All aspects
Of
of life.
Yeah.
People who care are
People who like care about others besides themselves.
yeah.
You know, like the people who care what other people are doing.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yep.
Like I may or may not like Kylie's lion dress, right?
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately I don't care.
I don't give a shit. Right.
Even if that was a real deadline,
It could be a real deadline.
I wouldn't really care. You know?
Yeah, it could be one of her kids. What if she came out behind the curtain and instead of a lion's head, it was a kid, like a child?
That would just be a Balenciaga fashion show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seen it.
I don't care. Yeah. And I go,
Seen it.
I don't care.
Oh, it was in The Kids in Bondage?
Yeah.
Seen it.
And-
Pedo is so like 6 months ago. We're moving into X-Men now. Hunger Games meets X-Men. That's the
Apocalyptic.
That's the fashion we're going towards. Yeah.
Is that okay? So fashion imitates life, right?
Uh-huh.
And I feel like the elites are always privileged to know things before us
Right.
fucking losers.
Yeah.
And so I think, if the fashion industry, okay, so science, fucking nerds are telling us that the world's slowing down.
Right.
Then these celebrities, the fashion's going towards like, hey, I'm apocalyptic.
Yeah. Fashion has always been corrupt because it's always been influential.
Mm-hmm.
It's constantly been a device
Mm-hmm.
used to influence, So it feels like that's one of the first things that's probably been corrupted.
Yeah.
And now that they're like coming out and looking more Hunger Games, looking more end of the world.
Yeah, we're all fucked, guys. So I've always known deep down in my soul that one of the forerunners, the trumpet blowers of the last days into the apocalypse, just ushering us in like the unstoppable death march, would be the Jenners or the Kardashians. One of them.
Yep.
Someone from there. And I think that's exactly what's going on with the this whole kerfuffle. That's not a kerfuffle. It was planned.
Oh, yes, 100%.
So
And my takeaway is that if I do come out with any type of fashion line, I'm putting the pause. If like I'm doing zebra legs out the shoulders and the hips so that you can plank and actually be off the ground.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Naps at work.
So you can like plank and the legs are holding you up
Yeah.
as like a four-legged animal.
Yep. Okay.
Can you envision that?
I can.
Or if you want the like add-on package, you lay down, you got the hood, which is the head of the animal.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say horse cock.
Yeah. Now you put the hood on, it's now I'm a zebra.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. There you go, furries.
There we go.
Real.
Make it real.
You can make it real.
We all know that you really want to just have sex with an animal. So this is as real as it gets. Trophy hunters?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Get to it. We need some hides.
Makes sense. Make it real.
Well, that brings us to the end of our episode. How do you feel, mushroom-wise? Capsule-wise?
Let me see here.
Yeah, let
me adjust and kind of
look around the room. Look at some lights.
feel pretty good.
Pretty good. Just
Yeah.
like subtle though, right?
Yeah, subtle. Like I've had a couple heaters of whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like warm on the inside.
Warm on the inside.
Yeah.
My anxiety, like real low.
I feel super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just fun. No stress on my shoulders.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah. It's enough for a creative dose based on what I read, but not enough for like a trip, which is kind of what we wanted. What I wanted.
Really?
I wanted just something that I could.
I thought you wanted to slow walk your way into.
I wanted something that I could just
Psilocybin.
like feel it,
Mm-hmm.
but not be overwhelmed by it.
Yeah. These do not feel overwhelming.
No, which I like. That's what I'm saying I like about it. Do you think you would get these and try them on again? Or are you
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
or are you like, oh, well, they don't work?
Mm.
Because it's so subtle that I could easily convince myself that didn't work, you know?
Oh, that shit didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But it's enough that I feel like
mm-hmm.
it worked a little bit.
takes the edge off.
Yeah, it's not nothing, you know?
I usually have like and I still do, but like creative wise, like a hold back sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's real low.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I like it.
Yeah, that's not a bad headspace to be in.
Yeah, I might start buying these.
Try them out,
Makes
you know?
feel-
Just for just like basic therapeutics, really.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's not like a heavy medication. It's just like a therapeutic, like a natural therapeutic. I started a petition to make mushrooms legal for like therapeutic use,
okay.
you know? So like I'm supportive.
Yeah.
Even though I had never tried it at that point.
Yeah.
But this seems like they're like more like there's more of a push for mushrooms these days.
Yeah, I agree that there is a push.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I feel like I could take these and then like actually have the balls to like do some inner work.
Yeah.
To like look at my faults and shit like that. Like I feel like you know what I mean?
Okay.
I could do that, but
And you might be having a little different experience because you took the capsules, I took the gummy.
mm-hmm.
You're feeling that sense of like interconnectiveness that they advertise on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're saying like that's what it'll like really get you to kind of feel like, yeah. What you just described is almost exactly what they say it's gonna feel like.
Oh, funny.
And like I don't feel that quite as much. I just have like this openness feeling.
Mm-hmm. I feel open too.
Yeah.
But a lot more chill.
Yeah. All right. Well, who should we apologize to?
Nobody, man. Everything's cool.